Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. A new world awaits. This video was made possible by Thunderbird Perch. UFOs, aliens, and Project Bluebeam. Unidentified flying objects. UFOs have long, fascinated, and perplexed humanity. Over the past century, reports of strange objects in the sky have generated endless speculation, giving rise to a global belief in extraterrestrial visitations and clandestine government knowledge of alien life. The frequency and persistence of these sightings have led to a growing movement of believers, as well as a thriving subculture of UFO researchers and enthusiasts. But within the realm of conspiracy theories, UFOs serve a different purpose. According to proponents of Project Bluebeam, these sightings are not random or evidence of alien life. They are part of a calculated deception to prepare humanity for a staged extraterrestrial event that will help usher in a new world. The core idea behind this theory is that government secret organizations or shadowy elite are using UFO sightings to acclimatize the public to the idea of alien visitors. When the time is right, these elites will stage a massive global event using advanced holographic technology to simulate an alien invasion or religious event. This simulated event designed to create global chaos and fear will convince people to accept the control of a single world government. In this subsection, we will explore the connection between UFO sightings and the Project Bluebeam conspiracy, analyzing whether these events are organic or part of a grand psychological operation to manipulate the masses. The modern era of UFO sightings began in the mid-20th century with the most famous incident being the Roswell incident of 1947. In Roswell, New Mexico, a mysterious object reportedly crashed on a ranch, leading to rumors of extraterrestrial involvement. The U.S. military initially reported that a flying disc had been recovered, only to retract the statement, later claiming the debris was from a weather balloon. Explanation:
The Roswell incident has become synonymous with UFO conspiracies, sparking decades of debate about the government's role in covering up evidence of alien life.
This incident was followed by thousands of UFO sightings across the globe, many of which remain unexplained in the United States alone.
Several high-profile sightings have captivated public attention.
For example, in 1952, a series of UFOs were observed over Washington, D.C., resulting in widespread panic and speculation. Intercept the objects, but no solid explanation was ever provided. Similarly, in 1980, the Rendlesham Forest incident in the UK involved sightings of strange lights near a U.S. Air Force base, with multiple witnesses reporting encounters with a craft of unknown origin. And many others like them have led to the widespread belief that governments are hiding the truth about UFOs. For proponents of Project Bluebeam, these sightings are not the result of alien visitations, but rather part of a more sinister plan.
They argue that the global proliferation of UFO sightings, along with the government's ambiguous responses, is part of a deliberate strategy to condition the public for the final act of deception.
According to some theorists, a significant number of UFO sightings aren't extraterrestrial at all. Instead, they are phenomena deliberately manufactured or manipulated by the very governments that publicly appear to be investigating them. This concept suggests a deep-seated strategy of misdirection and control, hiding terrestrial advancements behind a veil of otherworldly mystery. This compelling idea suggests that powerful governments, working in deep clandestine collaboration with private defense contractors and intelligence agencies, have secretly developed advanced aerospace technologies. These technologies are so sophisticated, they are capable of perfectly mimicking the strange and inexplicable UFO phenomena witnessed by the public, creating a convincing illusion of alien visitation. These craft, therefore, may not be extraterrestrial in origin at all, but rather highly classified military projects. They are meticulously designed to resemble popular depictions of alien spacecraft, a deliberate tactic to give the illusion of an otherworldly presence and obscure their true terrestrial origins. A key example often cited is the development of stealth aircraft, such as the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird and the F-117 Nighthawk. Developed in extreme secrecy by the US government, these aircraft, with their unusual shapes and revolutionary radar-evading technology, looked unlike anything the public had ever seen before. In fact, many strange sightings reported in the 1970s and 80s were later attributed to test flights of these very stealth aircraft, as they were often spotted performing unusual maneuvers in remote areas near secretive military bases like Area 51. This historical precedent raises the distinct possibility that at least some contemporary UFO sightings are the result of next-generation experimental military technology, rather than actual extraterrestrial craft. Proponents of theories like Project Bluebeam take this idea a step further. They suggest that governments have intentionally allowed UFO sightings to proliferate, using them as a powerful form of psychological manipulation. By allowing the public to believe in the ever-present possibility of alien life, a specific narrative is carefully cultivated. This narrative creates a fertile ground for the final staged event, a global, holographic simulation of an alien invasion or spiritual coming. These staged events would be designed to unify the world under a single global government, with people willingly giving up their national identities and freedoms in exchange for protection from the perceived extraterrestrial threat. Idea that UFO sightings could be part of a broader psychological operation is central to the Project Bluebeam theory. Psychological operations, or PSYOPs, are designed to influence the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors of individuals or populations in a way that benefits those in power. Governments and militaries have a long history of using PSYOPs to shape public perception, often in the context of warfare or covert operations. From leaflet drops to false flag operations, PSYOPs have been a key component of modern military strategy. Theorists argue that UFO sightings, particularly those that receive widespread media attention, are part of a long-term PSYOP designed to acclimatize the public to the idea of extraterrestrial life. By keeping the subject of UFOs in the public consciousness, the elite can more easily execute their final plan, knowing that people will be primed to accept the staged event. Form of psychological conditioning is subtle but effective, as it slowly shifts societal norms and expectations without overtly revealing the true nature of the plan. One of the most significant developments in recent years that has added fuel to the project. Bluebeam theory is the US government's acknowledgement of UFOs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. The Pentagon released a declassified videos showing encounters between US Navy pilots and unidentified flying objects. These objects appear to defy the known laws of physics.
The physics moving at speeds
and in ways that no known aircraft could replicate. While the Pentagon did not provide any definitive answers about the origin of these UAPs, the fact that the government acknowledged their existence was a significant shift from its previous stance of denial and dismissal. For Project Bluebeam theorists, this acknowledgement is not a sign that the government is finally revealing the truth about UFOs, but rather a calculated step in the larger PSYOP. By releasing this information incrementally, the government is conditioning the public to accept the idea of advanced, possibly extraterrestrial technology. Staged event. The public will be less skeptical and more willing to believe in the reality of the deception. One of the central questions in the Project Bluebeam theory is whether recent government disclosures about UFOs are part of the plan to prepare the public for a staged event. In addition to the Pentagon's release of UAP videos, several government programs dedicated to investigating UFOs have come to light. In recent years, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program (ATIP), which operated from 2007 to 2012, was a secret U.S. government initiative. Real threats. While the program officially ended, many believe that similar efforts continue under different names. For Project Bluebeam theorists, so these programs are not simply about investigating unknown aerial phenomena. They are part of a broader plan to slowly reveal the existence of UFOs to the public, setting the stage for the ultimate deception. The theory suggests that by legitimizing the idea of UFOs through government programs and disclosures, the elite can more easily control the narrative when the staged event occurs. invasion, or divine intervention as real, given the groundwork laid by these official disclosures. Furthermore, the growing public interest in UFOs, coupled with the government's acknowledgement of their existence, has created a cultural environment ripe for manipulation. What was once a fringe topic is now openly discussed in mainstream media. Documentaries, news reports, and podcasts about UFOs have proliferated, normalizing the idea of non-human intelligence and making the subject a common part of our cultural dialogue. This constant exposure, theorists claim, isn't accidental. This sustained attention, according to Project Bluebeam theorists, is part of a calculated effort to build anticipation and belief in the extraterrestrial. It's a form of psychological conditioning, designed to make the public look to the skies for answers and become more receptive to a future, world-altering announcement. When the final event is staged, the public's collective imagination will have already been primed for the extraordinary, their minds prepared to accept a manufactured reality as truth. But how would such a grand deception be executed on a global scale? This is where the technological aspect of the theory comes into play. A critical component of Project Bluebeam is the alleged use of advanced holographic technology to simulate UFO sightings and, eventually, the staged invasion or religious event. While holographic technology has advanced considerably in recent years, what we see publicly remains limited, often requiring specific conditions like smoke or screens to be effective. However, Project Bluebeam theorists argue that this is a deliberate misdirection. They contend that the true extent of holographic technology is a closely guarded secret, hidden from the public, and that governments or secret organizations possess far more sophisticated, large-scale capabilities. According to this theory, UFO sightings that appear particularly spectacular or inexplicable could in fact be the result of these secret holographic projections rather than real extraterrestrial craft. These would be technological dress rehearsals for a much larger show. These projections, they argue, are part of a broader effort to test the public's response, to gauge how convincing the technology is, and to measure the resulting social and psychological impact. Some theorists even claim that certain high-profile UFO incidents, such as the Phoenix Lights in 1997, were not alien visitations, but large-scale holographic projections designed to assess public reaction and refine the technology for its ultimate purpose. If holographic technology were advanced enough to convincingly simulate unidentified aerial phenomena, it would provide the perfect, terrifying tool for the final stage of Project Bluebeam. This stage is theorized to be the culmination of decades of psychological conditioning, a grand spectacle designed to manipulate the entire global population in one single coordinated event. The theory suggests that during this staged event, massive three-dimensional holographic projections of alien ships or even revered religious figures will appear in the skies over major cities around the world. These won't be fleeting glimpses. They will be sustained, seemingly solid apparitions, visible to millions simultaneously. These projections, combined with other forms of psychological manipulation, like low-frequency sound waves to induce anxiety or awe, will create the powerful illusion that humanity is facing an undeniable extraterrestrial or divine intervention. To understand how such a deception could be plausible, we must look at the history of official secrecy. For decades, the subject of UFOs, unidentified flying objects, more recently called UAPs, has been shrouded in mystery and deliberate obfuscation. Despite numerous eyewitness reports from credible sources, perplexing radar detections, and even video evidence, official acknowledgement from governments, particularly the US government, was slow to materialize. For a long time, the topic was relegated to the fringes, actively dismissed and ridiculed. However, recent developments have brought UFOs out of the shadows and into the mainstream spotlight in a way never seen before. The shift in tone has been dramatic and, for some, deeply suspicious. The US government, specifically the Pentagon, has declassified certain UFO footage, confirmed the existence of clandestine UAP investigations, and even launched new programs dedicated to studying these phenomena, treating the subject with newfound gravity. For some, these actions represent the beginning of full disclosure, compelling evidence that governments are finally preparing to reveal the profound truth about extraterrestrial visitors. But for Project Bluebeam believers, these disclosures serve an entirely different, more sinister purpose. They see it as a carefully managed campaign to condition the public, to normalize the idea of alien craft in our skies, thereby preparing them for the ultimate deception. A staged extraterrestrial event, meticulously planned and executed, meant to dissolve national sovereignty and bring about a new world order under a single, unified government. And we will explore the government programs dedicated to UFO research, from early initiatives like Project Blue Book to the recent startling revelations emerging from the Pentagon. Thank you for watching. If this exploration resonated, please subscribe, like, share to keep the investigation moving forward. A new world awaits.